As newsrooms across the country continue to cut staff and publishers navigate through some pretty tough financial waters, the publicly funded CBC appears to be thriving. Now, the Canadian Taxpayers Federation recently obtained records which says CBC staff earning six-figure salaries have doubled under the Trudeau government. Now, to discuss this in more detail is the federal director of the CTF, Franco Terrazzano, joins us once again from Ottawa. So, Franco, how many full-time equivalent CBC employees took home six-figure salaries, and what kind of numbers did that add up for the public broadcaster?
Yeah, well, in 2015, there was 438 CBC staffers that were taking home a six-figure salary. Fast forward to 2021, and there's 949 CBC staffers that took home a six-figure salary, which means that the number of CBC employees that have $100,000 plus salary has doubled under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. And here's what might be the craziest part of all of this, okay? During the pandemic, since the beginning of the pandemic, there's now a 220 increase to the number of employees that are making six-figure salaries. And remember, the CBC is taking more than $1 billion from taxpayers every single year. So it's the struggling taxpayers that are footing this bill.
So what you're saying is that the growth of the CBC didn't really stop during the COVID-19 pandemic when so many other Canadians were struggling.
Well, and get this, according to another access to information request that we dug up, the CBC handed out $51 million in bonuses and raises during the pandemic years, okay, while so many taxpayers in the private sector may have taken a pay cut, lost their job, or even their business. And the CBC turns around and hands out $51 million in bonuses and raises during those pandemic years.
Thanks so much, Franco. That was Franco Terrazzano, Federal Director of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, joining us from Ottawa.